Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of my RCT3 Megapark. Now, I started using a different control scheme, and I actually kind of like this one much better. Mostly because it also stays at a certain place where you end. In the normal control scheme, it will actually always revert back to something like this, and that will make it really difficult to do what we want to do. Well, what I want to do today. So today I want to work on this volcano in the middle of the map. Now, I've been looking at it a few times, and yeah, I think it needs to be a little bit more dramatic. It looks quite flat. I think it could use a little bit more height. It's probably a bit higher already than this roller coaster. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to sit as the tallest structure in the park, or the tallest feature in the park. And I want the roller coaster to be inside it, get launched out of the top, and then probably it will follow a trajectory kind of similar to Volcano, the blast coaster. Well, I've been looking in the coaster types that are available, and I couldn't really find a suitable inverted, like Intamin type coaster. So I think what I will do here is I will simply make a Intamin accelerator coaster, kind of like Hershey's Stormrunner style. And this will probably provide me with all the track pieces that I'm going to need for this. Anyway, the first thing I'm gonna do is simply, make the mountain here a little bit taller, and I'm also going to already do a little bit of landscaping on it. Alright, the volcano landscape is now sort of done. I think it looks very impressive, definitely the center point of the park, and I think it will look really cool to have a coaster coming from the top of it, or from the middle of it. So I will now start constructing the coaster, and hopefully I can come up with something nice. Sometimes I really hate this game. Landscaping, building coasters is a nightmare. Oh well, better try again. Alright, this is the first time I'm actually building with this Hershey Storm Runner coaster type. It's quite a weird coaster type because it looks like the inversions are actually all on the diagonals. Not really sure. Well, of course we do have the normal quarter loop, but from there I couldn't go into a corkscrew, but instead I had to use this flying snake dive, or whatever it is, or whatever it was called, or it was actually the diving turn. But yeah, some crazy inversions here, stuff that you wouldn't see in the Rollercoaster Tycoon 2. But yeah, I do think they're quite interesting, but also makes it kind of difficult for me to build with it. But yeah, so far I kind of like what I have. So this launch out of the volcano, there's a tight wide turn here, and then here there's another inversion. I think I'll just go around the volcano once more with another one of these inversions. Maybe a third one and then back to the station. And that also kind of reminds of the... I think it's kind of reminiscent of the layout of Volcano, the blast coaster. Okay, here we have quite an interesting element. It's a banked rise. Well, not really sure what to think about it. It just looks like a big S-bend with two banks in it. I think it's the perfect fit for this area over here. So I'll just go with this element. I actually kind of like it. Alright, looks like it has just enough speed to do one of these. No, not gonna build another one. But yeah, over here, I think I'll just make it do a turnaround, and after that, I'll just let it go back to the station. I'm thinking of actually putting the station above ground, making a building here, or maybe I'll just keep it underground. Not really sure yet, but I'll figure that out as I go here. Alright, I really like this layout. It's quite nice to see this coaster going around. Of course, the coaster still needs a name. We're not gonna call it Hershey Storm Runner 1. No, we call this Volcano the Fast Coaster. I think that's a perfect name for this coaster. So yeah, like I already said, kind of reminiscent of the layout of Volcano, the blast coaster. So first it gets launched from the mountain, then it goes up. Well, this one only has one launch section, but that's enough to bring it to the top of the mountain, out of the top of the mountain, I should say. And here it does its first 0G roll. Then here's another one, and here it has a little bit of a drop. That's actually quite fast over here. Here it does another 0G roll. This one's a bit higher than the others. Here it does this banked rise. Kind of a fun element. It's quite slow here, but that's alright. Here, final drop into quite a sharp helix. And then finally here, there's a brake section. Now, still gotta pretty it up, and of course I also need to make a path towards the station of the coaster. So first I'm gonna do some landscaping around the coaster, and then I'm also going to make the path for the coaster. Alright, Volcano the fast coaster is now open for business. I hope many guests will find their way towards it, because I'm really happy with how the coaster has turned out. Now, obviously the theming around it's still a little bit sparse. Not really sure how much theming I'm going to add around it. I do kind of like these Jurassic boulders that I placed around it. I think they fit the Volcano really well. And they also just help make it look a little bit more interesting. Something I'm also really happy with is this smoke effect here. These particle effects you can place in your park, I think they're really cool. And especially the smoke, it just helps sell the idea of it being a volcano. I think that will also look pretty cool in the final POV video. Okay, something that I have left to do is to put another patron in the park. So I think I will put the patron right over here, somewhere around the entrance of this, towards this coaster. So let's go and put a new patron, a new entertainer in the park. Alright, and this entertainer will be named Enox. Yeah, Enox has been a patron of mine for quite a while. I really appreciate it, and yeah, I really hope you enjoy having a spot in this park right next to our new coaster. Alright, now obviously this area does still need some decoration, especially in the form of lighting. But I will save that for our next for one of the next episodes. I'll probably also still work a little bit on some of these rocks, which still look like they could use some smoothing. But yeah, for now all that's left is to take a ride on this coaster. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you again in the next video. See you later.